Going over today's video, this is a clip of me lifting what seems to be 465 pounds. And what this has to do with anything right now would be motor units. And I'll be discussing about motor units and in depth of what they are, how we learn about them, and just the basics of human movement and kinesiology.
Following this, we'll be discussing motor units and what they are. Motor units are skeletal muscle fibers innervated by the neuron's axon terminals, including the neuromuscular junctions between the neuron and the fibers. Groups of motor units often work together as a motor pool in order to coordinate the contractions of one single muscle. Motor units and their usage. The nervous system helps individuals successfully perform motor skills through the coordinated effort of the sensory and motor subsystems. In order to perform physical activity and other daily occupational activities within athletics or in our jobs, motor skills must be acquired and learned. For example, humans are not born with fully developed coordination, as babies are not born walking or talking, and physical abilities must be developed and learned over time. In most cases, motor skills, such as lifting weights or riding a bike, as the video that was shown in the beginning, are learned and acquired through repetitive practice and just learning the movements through multiple practices. The nervous system plays a major role on how humans learn and retain new skills. The mechanisms behind motor skill learning are related to brain development through neuroplasticity and neurocircuitry. Development of motor skills is best understood as a three-stage process, which we'll go over in our Exhibit A, which will regard our second example regarding the basketball player. And as motor skills are specific movements through the coordinated effort of the sensory and motor subsystems, we must keep in mind that there are stages as following. First, we have stage 1, which is cognitive, which is where you need to break down the principles and simple instructions in order, as for a basketball player, such as dribbling, shooting, and they need to understand the goals of the movement. Stage 2, associative, you may need to refine or help your client's skills, or the basketball player's skills through practice and regular feedback over time. Last but not least, stage 3, autonomous, which is the most advanced. You may be able to teach your clients new versions of the skill and further challenge them through multiple drills or more advanced workouts that will help their technique and form. Following this, we have years of practice, which the majority of published research on the subject has reported that both children and adolescents can gain significant levels of strength as a result of resistance training beyond that which is normally associated with growth and development. Untrained children can improve their strength by an average of 30 to 40% or more after 80 weeks, and it is shown that it is not having to do with hypertrophy, rather it has to do with neuroadaptation, and in simpler terms, they just get used to the movements through practice and signaling during the activation of the motor unit recruitment. In conclusion, I thank you, and I hope you learned a lot about motor units and how we use them, and for how athletes, such as I, retain strength through motor unit recruitment.